Live from Boulder, Colorado's KUHS.com. My country, my vote protest. Listening to some of the speakers, check it out. We're going to get some interviews later. We are live here, Boulder, Colorado. Check it out.
Right now is the Colorado State Capitol building in Denver. You've all seen his statue. You've all seen his statue. Visit it, take pictures of it, and have it in your memory books. The one I like to talk about the most, the two individuals. One is Felix Longoria. Felix Longoria, who was killed in the Philippines. He came back and they refused to bury him in Crystal City, Texas. Dr. Hector Garcia, at that time was head of the American GI Forum. It was the American GI Forum, Dr. Hector Garcia was able to get Felix Longoria buried in Arlington Cemetery. The discrimination that they faced, it took a presidential action. It took Johnson, President Johnson, to have Felix Longoria's body buried in Arlington Cemetery. They refused to bury him in Crystal City because he was a Mexicano, first generation. His parents were from Mexico. You all know the story of Dr. Hector Garcia, the founder of the American GI Forum. That's why I wear this hat. That's why we have the Honor Guard. I invite every one of you to be a part of the American GI Forum, basically because it's more than a veterans organization. It's a family organization also. I hope that you all will please at least visit and acknowledge the veterans that have paid the price in regards to our freedom. The next one I talk about, another hero of mine, Vietnam War, Master Sergeant Roy Benavides. Roy Benavides was wounded 7 times in one action. They thought he was dead. They covered his body, put him in a body bag, but he was alive and ended up receiving the Congressional Medal of Honor for his award for what he did that day, saving close to 10 men. Another one, and I know many of you remember him, is Ricardo Rico, Medal of Honor recipient out of New Mexico. He was also one of the first warrant officers to be a physician assistant, the first one in the United States Army. Hispanic military service members have served nationwide protecting our nations. Hispanics made up 17% of the population. Hispanics serve in combat and make up 20% of the casualties. This has been traditional from Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq Desert Storm. We are the ones that are in the Marine Corps and the Special Forces. We are the Chicanos, the fighters, because of this macho complex that we carry with us. Military contributions of Hispanics Americans reflect a deep commitment to the participation of freedom and democracy, which are the strengths of the United States. We have over 40 Hispanic recipients of the Medal of Honor. How do we honor these combat veterans who are giving their lives and wounded in defending the Constitution and wounded defending our Constitution? What we do is we become involved. First of all, we get registered to vote. Then we become a delegate. And from a delegate, then you become a precinct chairperson. And you go to the conventions and you push for your candidate. This is our duty. You don't have to do what we did as veterans to go out in combat to defend the Constitution. What you have to do is register and vote and get other people to register and vote. And it is your duty. This is your calling. This is your time. Nosotros está en la futura de esta nación. We are the future of this country. We are it. All of you are Americans and have a responsibility to defend the Constitution, and your vote will do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, George Ottoby. Let's hear a wonderful applause for George Ottoby. And to all the servicemen and women who defend our country and protect our democracy. Let's welcome back to the stage 2MX2.
Yo, yo. So we are very excited to actually share this next one with you because we 2MX2, so allow us to formally introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Owen Trujillo.
I go by the name of Juicy T. Hugo.
And we are 2MX2. And what we do is we hold on to our culture through our music, and we renew and keep the legacies of the people that have paved the way for us alive.
And one of those people was Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez. And we made a hip-hop song to one of his poems called I Am Joaquin. And it goes like this. My mind is free, my heart is pure.
One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. Everybody.
My mind is free,
my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. Let's do this.
I wrote I Am Joaquin because I wanted to say something historic.
It's so dedicated to Corky Gonzalez.
Something about our country. I want to inspire young people to understand themselves. To give them a message.
When the beat drops, y'all know what to do.
A message of what oppression is.
My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. Yo,
one thing's for sure, I shall endure.
Yo soy Joaquin, lost in a world of confusion. Caught up in a war for gringos is a perfect solution. Thrown out by the fool and scorned by attitude, suppressed by manipulation and torn by language. Cause I have come a long way to nowhere. Either you're a poor full of spirit or you're rich and you don't care. I would draw to the safety within the circle of life. My own people who I connect with when I'm hurting inside.
I am Joaquin, more noble and proud, leader of men, no doubt no one is holding me down. I am the lion prince, my inspiring gift. I am the lion that's ignited by a fire within. I am the eagle and the serpent, my people serve a purpose. We are leaders of the church, my history I need to service. My mind is free,
my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure.
One thing's for sure, I shall endure.
The critical thing you use and overlook the present mountain of nature to the brotherhood.
I am Joaquin.
I am the masters of my people, not refuse to be absorbed. I refuse to be absorbed.
I am Joaquin.
The odds are great, but my spirit is strong. My faith unbreakable.
I am Joaquin.
I am the Aztec prince in the Christian Christ. Christian Christ. I am Joaquin.
I was the bloody revolution, the victor and the vanquished, the victor and the savage, the indigenous and Spanish. In the country that has wiped out all my history and stifled my pride. They may try to divide, but I'm striving to rise.
Uno, dos.
I will not lose much of my goals. I am the masses of my people, not refuse to be absorbed.
My mind is free, my heart is pure.
One thing's for sure,
everybody, come on. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. My mind is free, my heart is pure. One thing's for sure, I shall endure. Make some noise for yourselves.
Make some noise one more time for Corky Gonzalez. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear it again for 2M2. Come on. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. We're all fired up, right? My country, my vote. My country, my vote. Well, as you know, the working men and women of our community, of the immigrant community, have been the backbone of this nation for a long, long, long time. And we are very proud to have one of the highest ranking members of the working men and women of our country from the Service Employees International Union, SEIU. A Latina who has come all the way from Washington, D.C., who is currently the ex-executive vice president of SEIU. She's been an advocate for workers for decades. And by the way, she helped start Justice for Janitors in 1988, at a time when janitors in our country needed representation. Please welcome to the stage Rocio Sainz from the SEIU.
Thank you so much. My country, mi país, nuestro poder, el poder de la comunidad. So, gracias a todos por estar aquí. Thank you so much for being here. ¡Se puede! ¡Se puede! So my name is Rocio Sainz, and on behalf of 2 million men and women workers of SEIU, it is so great to be here as a Latina, as an immigrant, as an organizer, as a mom, as a compañera and friend with so incredible leaders. Thank you, Secretario Peña, for putting us together, because we're sending a clear, loud voice. We are listening, we are watching, and we will remember November 2016. Isn't that right? When we are attacked, our community come together, and we say, we stand together against hate, against intolerance, racism, and we said, no more, no más, no más. My country, my vote, my power. So let's just say something very clear. You know who I'm talking about. We know your track record. We are watching you. From anchor babies talk, to self-deportation, to mass deportation, to second-class citizens. We are listening. We're taking notes, and we are going to hold you accountable coming November, because this is our country. This is our vote. This is our voice. And we are going to let it be very clear that we together, what we all hold very dearly, these values of family, compassion, hard work, honesty, this is what it makes this nation stronger. And what we are going to continue to fight, because this election is so much at stake. It is about all of us. It is about our kids. It is about immigration reform. It's about to raise wages for all workers, for hard-working people who every day make contributions to this country. It is about the opportunities for our children. It is about all of us here today. So we want to just say very clear that we are really taking note. So just want you to pledge with me. Pledge with me for our families. I pledge that I will be active in helping my family, my friends, my neighbors, my co-workers to register to vote. Do you pledge that with me? I pledge that we will help those immigrants who are eligible to become U.S. citizens. Would you pledge that with me? I pledge that we will come together as a community and unite our voices and our power in 2016. Would you pledge that with me? This is our time. This is our country. This is our vote. This is our power. ¡Se puede! ¡Se puede! Thank you so much. And I want to just say one more thing. November 10th, stand up for hard-working people who are going to be fighting for $15 an hour in a union in Denver. So if you see purple team teachers around you right now pledge to join us November 10. $15 an hour in a union for hard-working people in the U.S. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rocio Saenz. Give her another round of applause. Let's hear it for the working men and women of our country. Well, you know, young people in our country, particularly young Latinos, the millennials, are the largest group of Americans in the history of our country. And so it's time to hear from some of them. I want to first start with an extraordinary young man who came to this university, graduated just a few years ago, the College of Business, Elite School of Business, who was elected Tri-Executive President of External Affairs here at CU. He's an extraordinary young man that I met a few years ago, and he's now a member of the Latino Leadership Institute. Would you please welcome Mr. Marco Dorado.
I want to first start off by thanking Secretary Peña. Secretary Peña, Servicios de la Raza, the hundreds of volunteers, and the organizations that helped put this together, and specifically to bring our community back to a campus where our community has been challenged time and time again. I'm going to say this in Spanish too, just because I want to be inclusive of our members, especially my mother in the audience. Quisiera darle las gracias, antes de comenzar mi discurso, al secretario Peña, a Servicios de la Raza, a los otros oradores y a los voluntarios que ayudaron a poner este evento aquí en la Universidad de Colorado, un espacio donde nuestra comunidad muchas veces ha sido sujeta a discriminación. Sí, exactamente, ya. Exactamente, y una localidad que es histórica para nuestra comunidad. Back to English. I'm excited to be back here at CU Boulder, my alma mater, as we all advocate for just and fair treatment of all of our community. Although I stand before you today as a 2014 CU graduate, my story begins in the colonial city of Jerez, Zacatecas, Mexico. Anybody from Jerez? 21 years ago this month, my family made a decision that would forever change the trajectory of our lives and would open doors to unprecedented opportunity in the land of the free and the home of the brave. My family did what many before us and many after us have done in our pursuit of the American dream. We left everything we knew behind. Our language, our culture, our extended family, all in pursuit of the promise that hard work and dedication would lead to a more prosperous future and a better life. This promise led my family to settle in Denver's Globeville neighborhood when we moved to America in 1995. Like many immigrants, we didn't speak the language, understand the customs, or know many people. I look back at those times though, and I can't help but to be a standard of my family, but also our community's sacrifices, resiliency, and drive to persevere in the face of adversity. It wouldn't be until my adolescence that I would begin to experience the effects of what being an undocumented immigrant entailed. Like many undocumented youth, I'd begin to realize the implications of lacking a social security number, and what this meant for my future, my goals, and my family. As a student in the International Baccalaureate program at Thornton High School, yeah, where's my IB people? Where's my Thornton people? I have a vivid recollection of the internal battle I faced each and every day, living a double life as a mojado.